Okay, what we are looking at is the first successful interfacing of an Arduino Mega through one of these cables, which is a Sound Blaster cable, where it's been clipped and the four important wires have been identified, and going into the MIDI out, going into the input of a MIDI interface to a camera connection kit to MIDI trail running on an iPad. So this is just a simple MIDI Arduino sketch that comes with every Arduino. This is a demo of a MIDI player program built with object-oriented machine language. So I just loaded an object router and it's showing a catalog of all the object files, and it is loading the ones that it needs at the relocatable addresses shown. And now it's copying whatever programs are needed while it runs to the RAM disk. Okay, and then this is a MIDI directory selector, which looks through all the locks directories and allows the user to pick a file, and it shows some file attributes at the bottom. So now we are loading a song, and it is copying the song to the RAM disk, and then on the RAM disk it reads the file and parses out the MIDI tracks. So this is a 4-track file, and we're going to load tracks 2 through 4 into memory, and it's going to mix them as we go. Now, the drum part was actually generated with Mad Apple Fourth. Fourth is a threaded interpretive language where you define words. So like here we're defining LRPT as the left repeat, one ending as the first ending, two ending as the second ending, and then we're defining a word called the sign, which calls the patterns it wants, and then at the end it just sets the speed. Okay, and then in Protos, we just ran a drum pattern program, which is really a copy of Mad Apple Fourth saved. It's an image of a saved state of a fourth environment, and you saw there were words up there like disco, so these have the drum patterns. And now I am calling an exec quote with the sign, and that exec quote is something I wrote, which reads a text file and executes each line as a fourth word. It sends it to the fourth interpreter. So now it is reading that text file we just saw and loading it in, and it's set the speed to 28. And now we're going to run the sign, and you will hear the drums. So the drum part was saved, and it became a track in the MIDI file.